You're thinking of starting a business in the UK, there's certain terms you definitely want to make sure that you're aware of and what it means for you running your business here in the UK. Hello, my name is Tess and I'm a UK-based qualified accountant, and on this channel I share weekly videos to help fellow entrepreneurs like you grow and thrive in their businesses. If you want to learn more from me, then do make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Now, the very first term you need to be aware of is what we call bookkeeping. Now, bookkeeping ensures that you are maintaining accurate records of the income coming into your business and also of the expenditure that's coming out of your business. Okay, there are many different ways of ensuring that you keep up to date on your bookkeeping. You can do this by hiring a bookkeeper. You can also do this by using different accounting softwares out there. Alternatively, you can also do this through a manual basis. Okay, maybe by using Excel or maybe even using a lot of different templates that are out there that a lot of business owners also tend to use. Now, the second term you should be familiar with is called annual accounts. Now, your annual accounts is basically a formal record of your company or your business's financial performance over a given financial period. Okay, so your annual accounts will usually need to be submitted by their deadline, okay, which in most cases will depend on what business structure you have chosen, whether you're running your business as a sole trader or whether you're running your business through a limited company structure. The next term you need to be familiar with is corporation tax. Now, corporation tax is basically a type of tax that is usually paid by companies here in the UK, okay? So if you're running your business through a limited company structure, then usually at the end of the financial year, okay, for your company, you will have to pay your corporation tax, okay? And you'll be paying this over to HMRC via your tax returns that you need to file. Currently, the rate of corporation tax is set at 19%, okay? And that is for companies who have earned profits of up to £50,000 in that financial year. Now, it's very important that you stay up to date with what the different tax rates are, because they do tend to change on a yearly basis, okay? And they also will be different depending on how much profit your particular business is actually generating in any given year. The next term you need to be familiar with is self-assessment. Now, a lot of people tend to get this wrong, okay? Now, self-assessment tax is different from corporation tax, which I've already explained. Your self-assessment tax return is a type of tax return that is based off of your personal income that you have generated, okay? So your personal income. So your self-assessment tax return is based on any personal income that you have been able to either pay by yourself or you have received in one way, shape or form. You may have paid that from your company to yourself, or you may have received that from other sources outside of your business, but it's an income that was actually paid over to you. Usually you need to submit your self-assessment tax return by the 31st of January every year for the previous period running from the 6th of April to the 5th of April. Now, very closely linked to your self-assessment tax return are income tax rates. Now, income tax rates are basically the tax rates that you are paying on your personal income. Tax in the UK works on a progressive structure, which basically means the more income you generate on a personal basis, the more tax you pay. Now, you could be paying as low as 20% or even as high as 40%. It really depends on how much personal income it is that you have accumulated in any given financial period. And when considering the income tax rate that you're going to have to pay, it's important to factor in the personal allowance threshold, okay, which currently is £12,570. That basically means that any personal income that you earn up to the amount of £12,570 in this financial year will not have to be taxed. The next terminology you should be aware of is what we call VAT, okay, also known as a value added tax. Now, no matter what your legal business structure is, the minute your business starts to generate an annual turnover of £85,000 on a yearly basis, then you will have to register for VAT, okay? And also registering for VAT means that you will have to add on an extra 20% onto your products and or services that you offer to your customers. Any VAT that is collected by your business will be paid over to HMRC. It's important to bear in mind one major difference, which is the fact that your VAT return usually has to be done on a quarterly basis, okay? Which means every 3 months, you would need to submit a VAT return over to HMRC. Now, if you're unsure of how to file your VAT return, you can get in touch with an accountant who is able to do this for you. Next term I think every entrepreneur ought to be familiar with is what we call PAYE, okay, which basically means pay as you earn. Now, if you're a business owner who is thinking of hiring an employee or an employees, then you're going to have to register for what is called PAYE, and you will do this by basically registering for this with HMRC. Now, when you do this, this basically informs HMRC that you are now hiring people to work for you as employees of your business. There's so much to know when it comes to starting a business here in the UK, okay? From company incorporation, thinking about what your responsibilities are as a limited company owner, what your responsibilities are as a company director, and even thinking about what the legal implications of actually running a business here in the UK means for you, okay? Now, I have a lot of videos up on my channel, so do make sure you watch those. And before you go, do make sure you grab a copy of my free Smart Startup Checklist, which you can find directly in the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and do make sure you give this video a like. Make sure to share this video with a fellow business owner, and make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. I will see you in my next video.